The paradox of choice has not ruined content, but has really changed the way we look at content. And changed
agreed.
And so we were staying in a hotel, and they did have the ability to stream, but I didn't connect the streaming stuff. So basically we ended up watching cable TV. So it was like sort of 40 old school cable, like 40 stations, and obviously very different to. So when we grew up, we didn't have cable. And then cable probably came in Australia in the mid 90s. So
what was it called? Ozstar. Was that the first cable?
There was Ozstar. Obviously Foxtel happened pretty soon after. I think it was a weird name. Anyway, so cable came in the early 90s, and then, but before that we had four or five stations of TV.
Yeah.
So we had much more scarcity.
Depends if you watch SBS.
Yeah, so call it four. So significant, it wasn't a real station back. It was significant scarcity.
It turned off at night.
Did.
Yeah.
There's our kids now that have unlimited. So you've got unlimited music with Spotify and Apple Music. You've got unlimited TV with all the streamers, unlimited movies with all the streamers. You pretty much have unlimited.
We can say unlimited content with the internet.
Yeah, unlimited games with all the gaming platforms. Versus we used to go, you have to go and buy, if you want Age of Empires, you have to buy a boxed game of Age of Empires or illegally download
What did that cost you back in the day? $8 or something when you bought it?
It would have been $80, I reckon.
Not back then.
No, definitely. Like SimCity would have been $60 or $70.
SimCity.
The multi-two games to play. But so we basically went back in time to an era where we had 40 stations, but of the 40, probably 30 were unwatchable, so 10 stations. And it was fantastic. William would watch like a Scooby-Doo or something, and he'd look forward to that because it was on at 8:30 and it wasn't on at 7 like everything else on demand. So it shows the value of scarcity and how scarce products make you like them more.
Well, and it also shows you the problem with too much choice.
We've got the paradox of choice now where, especially our kids who never grew up in our era, but there's now too much content that you can have any content you want anytime. And I think it's ruined content to a great degree.
Well, you know what it's called when you can't do things? You know what the opposite to on-demand is called in the industry now?
No.
Linear.
Oh, okay.
That's called linear TV. Yeah. And so I think what it certainly has done is it's taken away shared experiences. Really the only shared experience that's left is live sport. That is why all these linear players bid so heavily for live sport.
And the odd maths. There's a few tentpole shows that remain, but there's not many.
I'm not. So my maths sophistication on
the block and maths, and I don't watch either, but they're the two that I hear people talk about.
People watch what's maths? Married at First Sight,
which is by far the biggest show in Australia.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean, I find that shocking.
A movement.
Who's watching that?
A lot of people.
Why?
I don't know. I don't watch it.
You watch maths?
I hate maths.
But that means you've watched it.
I watched.
I don't even have an emotion towards
episodes
Your,
years ago.
Partner watch maths?
No.
So basically, people are getting married. They get to choose who they marry, or it's automatic.
No, it's forced.
You're paired together.
Or you don't even choose.
No.
It's an arranged marriage.
That's the whole point.
It's like a religious style.
Basically.
Okay. So basically, you get this person. Except the religious people, they're nice to each other. Because they're we want to make the marriage
work. It tends to work
work
pretty well with religion.
Yeah, it works well.
Lower with divorce rates than
because they say they make a bit of an effort to match people that actually are complementary.
Yeah.
Whereas here, presumably, because they want drama, they match people who don't go together. Is that what they do?
I presume so.
Chalk and cheese.
I don't watch the show, but I presume they don't have they don't want 5 happily married couples on the show. That's pretty boring.
And so they're mean to each other. Is that basically the contention of the show is we're going to make 2 people spend time together, have sex.
I presume so.
And be mean to each other.
I think so.
And that's what people are tuning into.
Yeah. Was it maths where they were purposely auditioning people who sounded like psychopaths? Like
Probably.
they would.
That's what's going on.
Shows, yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, I don't know. I was so happy not knowing about this detail.
We got waylaid. So I think my point was the paradox of choice has not ruined content, but has really changed the way we look at content.
Yeah,
and changed
agreed.
And so look at my kids' perspective. They got so many different stuff to watch. That thrill of watching a show together, that thrill of watching the last episode of Seinfeld or waiting for Friends every week at 7:30 on Channel 9, that's now gone. Like you get the odd show that HBO will release week by week. Game of Thrones, classic example, and there's still a bit of water cooler there, but we experienced it for 10 days in Canada and it was great. I way preferred that in this sort of omnipresent content.
Well, you'll be happy to know that YouTube has now created a switch to turn off shorts. Do you know that?
No,
yeah.
I hate shorts.
Yeah. So I think, what's it is a myth that people's attention spans have shortened with respect to content. They've polarized, right? Yeah. They go to we talk for 4 hours on a podcast. Yeah. They listen to that, and then they do shorts or little doom scrolling.
Yeah.
But definitely there is a lot of content that is consumed that has, we could basically say, no production values and minimal entertainment value.
Yeah.
And that is part of the problem with this endless array of content.